Okay, so imagine this, right? You're just going about your day, maybe cleaning out some old digital files on your computer, something totally mundane.
Yeah, like clearing out phone storage, that kind of thing we all put off.
Exactly. And then, bam, you stumble across a message. But not just any message. It's from the past, like way back, from someone you lost, a
Wow.
voice you thought you'd never hear again. And hearing it just changes everything. That's basically the setup for our deep dive today. It's
It
pretty.
sounds intense.
It is. We're jumping into this viral Reddit post from the Race Stories subreddit, where people share personal narratives.
Right. I've seen some powerful stuff on there.
This one was titled, I found an old voicemail from my dad. 8 years after he passed, it changed everything. And it really took off.
I bet.
So our sources for this are the original post itself, obviously, but also the huge comment section that followed, because that's where things get interesting.
Oh, how so?
Well, you get this outpouring of shared emotion, people connecting deeply. But then there's this whole other layer, this unexpected debate about whether the story was even real.
Ah, okay. The classic online authenticity question.
Totally. So our mission today is kind of twofold.
Hmm.
We want to unpack the story itself, explore the grief and healing side that touched so many people.
Makes sense.
But then we're going to wade into that whole other discussion, the skepticism, the authenticity debate that popped up right alongside the tears. It's a bit of a roller coaster.
Yeah, it sounds like a fascinating mix. It really highlights how these digital echoes, these little fragments from the past, can hit us so hard.
Right.
But it also shows how online communities grapple with these really emotional stories, sometimes with, well, a pretty critical eye. Especially now with, all the talk about AI and generated content.
Exactly. It forces you to think about truth online. Okay, so let's get into the story itself. The original poster, she's 27 now, female.
Okay.
She lost her dad to cancer when she was only 19. And he was young too, just 52.
Oh, wow. That's tough. 19 is so young for that.
Yeah, and she said it happened incredibly fast. Like 1 minute he's just tired, has a cough. 3 months later, he's gone.
God, that's brutal. No time to even process, really.
None. And she describes what happened next, which I think a lot of people can relate to, especially losing someone suddenly when you're young. She said she just sort of shut off emotionally.
Yeah, the self-preservation kicks in.
Totally.
Yeah.
Didn't cry much. Went back to college like 2 weeks later. Just pushed it all down. Everyone kept saying, oh, you're so strong.
Right, that phrase, which often means you're not showing the messy parts of grief.
Exactly. She basically buried it. Okay, so fast forward 8 years. She's doing that digital decluttering we talked about, cleaning out old iCloud backups because her phone's full. Standard stuff.
We've all been there. The dreaded storage full notification.
Right. When she clicks into voice memos, didn't even realize it synced, apparently. And she sees this file, just labeled Dad Feb 2016.
Okay, wait, Feb 2016.
Yeah. And her dad passed in January 2016.
So after he was gone.
Exactly. Her heart just started pounding, she said. Total confusion.
Yeah.
Like, what is this? Did she mislabel something? Was it a saved voicemail she forgot about?
That anticipation must have been immense. What does she do?
She hit play. And, well, it was him. His voice.
Wow. Wow. Can you imagine hearing that voice again after 8 years?
I know. And the message itself, it's incredibly moving. It starts, hey, Pumpkin, just wanted to say hi.
Pumpkin, a pet name, hits differently after loss.
Totally. He goes on, you were sleeping when I left, didn't want to wake you. Thought I'd say it here instead. And she mentions his voice cracking just a little bit right there.
Oh, man.
Then he says, I'm proud of you. You're doing good, even if you don't see it yet. Which, considering she felt she wasn't dealing with things.
That must have landed like a ton of bricks. In a good way, maybe.
Yeah. And it's okay to fall apart sometimes. Doesn't make you any less strong.
It's almost eerie, isn't it? Like he knew exactly what she'd be going through even years later. Or what she had been going through.
That's what she felt. And it continues. I hope when you hear this someday, it reminds you of who you are. You always try to carry the weight of the world. Just don't forget to let people help sometimes, okay?
That's incredibly insightful and loving. Just pure dad advice, delivered when she needed it most, even if the delivery was delayed by years.
Right. Then there's a pause, and he closes with, all right, that's all. I love you, Pumpkin. I'll always love you. And then click, end of message.
Oh, goodness. I think I need a moment. That's powerful stuff.
Tell me about it. She said she just sat there on her floor and sobbed. like full-on sobbed for hours. All that grief she'd buried for 8 years just came pouring out.
The dam finally broke. That makes perfect sense. That message was the key, wasn't it? The permission she needed, maybe even from him, to finally feel it all.
It really seems like it. It triggered this huge shift for her. She finally let herself grieve properly, called her mom, told her best friend. She even started journaling about it, cried until her chest physically hurt.
That sounds like catharsis. Painful, but necessary. It's amazing how grief works, how it can lie dormant and then just surface when the right trigger appears.
Yeah, and she ends the post saying, "It felt like he knew this moment would come, like he left it there for me to find exactly when I needed it."
That feeling of connection, of being cared for even after someone's gone, that's a profound part of the grieving process for many, finding meaning in these little echoes.
Absolutely. And she finished by encouraging others, if they're holding on to grief, maybe try listening to an old voicemail or reading an old letter or text. She said healing isn't instant, but sometimes it's just one message at the right time.
That's beautiful advice. And it clearly resonated, right? Judging by the comments you mentioned.
Oh, massively. The first wave was just this huge outpouring of empathy. So many people connected with the "Hey Pumpkin" line specifically.
Yeah, those personal terms of endearment carry so much weight.
And tons of people chimed in saying they also keep voicemails from loved ones they've lost. It's like this secret shared ritual almost.
It really is a way to keep their voice, their presence alive in some small way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The comments were full of similar stories. One person said, "I lost both of my parents by 31. I still have voicemails from both. I definitely still listen to them sometimes on the bad days."
See, it's a comfort mechanism, a way to connect when you're feeling low.
Yeah, another user, their daddy just passed in April at 50, and they just miss being called baby girl.
Yeah,
Just that simple phrase holds so much love and memory.
absolutely. It's the everyday things you miss the most sometimes.
Then there's this incredible story. A woman whose mom always called her on her birthday, right at the exact time she was born. Every year.
Wow, that's dedication.
I know. One year, she missed the call, went to voicemail. Her mom passed a few months later. Now, that voicemail, she listens to it every single year on her birthday at that exact time.
Oh my gosh. That's heartbreaking, but also so incredibly sweet. A tradition born from loss.
Right. And someone else found a recording of their mom saying, "Mama loves y'all. I love y'all so much."
Yeah.
They put the recording inside stuffed animals for their kids.
That's amazing. Making the memory tangible for the next generation. What a beautiful idea.
Isn't it? And similar things too, like someone finding their son's old Reddit account 18 months after he died unexpectedly, and just scrolling his posts brought a smile. Or someone mentioned the pennies from heaven idea, finding little signs.
All these examples, they just show how deeply that original story tapped into something universal, don't they? That need for connection, for comfort, finding it in these little memory triggers, whether they're digital or physical.
Definitely.
It reinforces that idea you mentioned earlier. Grief isn't linear. It circles back, sometimes bringing these moments of love and remembrance, even years down the line. These digital traces can be powerful anchors.
Okay, so that's the really touching, relatable side of this shared grief, the comfort in memory. But then the vibe shifted in the comments section.
Right, you mentioned the skepticism.
Yeah, it wasn't just a few people. A significant
Whoa.
chunk of users started questioning if the story was even real, like straight up calling it AI-written bullshit.
Oof, that's a harsh turn.
Yeah, comments like ChatGPT is, or "This is sweet, but looks so much like AI," just popping up everywhere.
So people were immediately jumping to AI generation.
Pretty quickly, yeah. Someone even pointed out the original poster's username, which was Crying Stories, and said, "Username is literally Crying Stories. No way this is an AI."
Okay, that's a bit of a leap based on a username, maybe. But it shows the suspicion is there now, baked into how people read things online.
It really does. And then there was this whole specific theory that gained traction, the double dash argument.
The double dash, what's that?
So some users were convinced that using an M dash like the longer dash instead of just a regular hyphen one was like a dead giveaway for AI writing.
Wait, seriously, because of a dash?
Yeah. The claim was, look for the double dash rather than a single dash.
Yeah.
This is what tells you if it's ChatGPT or human.
I mean, I guess AI models are trained on lots of formal texts where M dashes are more common. But plenty of humans use them too. That seems flimsy.
Right? That's what others argued back. People were like, I use M dashes all the time. Am I a robot? One person wrote, "Silly ChatGPT. It just shows how people are kind of grasping at straws, trying to figure out what's real and what's not."
It's a weirdly specific, almost grammatical form of digital forensics. But yeah, likely unreliable. So, did the original poster say anything about all this?
Okay, buckle up. This is where it gets really interesting. The OP did respond, and they admitted it.
Admitted using AI.
Yep. Their comment was something like, I know I use A, but please just go on feeling and that emotion and how people who face that feels. I like it so much, that's why I posted it. Don't take it in a bad way.
Whoa.
Like,
Okay. That definitely changes the conversation. So it was AI assisted or generated?
it seems so, based
Hmm.
on that admission. And yeah, that kicked off a whole new debate.
I can imagine the ethics of it all.
Exactly. People were suddenly arguing about disclosure. Like, if you're going to use AI, why don't you tell that in the title or in the post?
Yeah.
Some felt deliberately misled.
That's understandable. There's a tension there, isn't there? Between the emotional impact the story clearly had and the fact that it wasn't perhaps a direct, unmediated personal account.
Right. Does the feeling it evoked still count if the story itself wasn't real in the traditional sense?
That's the million-dollar question now, isn't it? Is the value in the factual origin or in the resonance, the empathy it sparks? If an AI-crafted story helps someone process their own grief, like the original story seemed to do for so many commenters, where does that leave us?
It's complicated. It wasn't necessarily malicious deception, maybe, more like using a tool to craft an emotional narrative.
Yeah,
But the lack of transparency is what got people riled up.
precisely. It highlights this need for critical thinking now more than ever. We have to look not just at the what of online content, but the how and the why. How was this made? Why was it shared this way? Especially with these new tools becoming so common.
Yeah. It's a whole new layer of media literacy we all need. So, yeah, this deep dive turned out to be this really fascinating split. You have this incredibly moving story about loss, grief, and finding comfort in unexpected ways, something so deeply human.
Uh-huh. That universal connection.
And then woven right into it is this very modern dilemma about authenticity, AI, and how we trust what we read online. It's like a microcosm of the internet right now.
It really is. And it leaves us with some big questions to chew on, doesn't it? In this age where, let's be honest, the line between a purely personal story and something else is getting blurrier and blurrier.
For sure.
What actually makes a story real anymore? Is it the factual accuracy, the author's direct experience? Or is it the emotional truth it conveys, the empathy it generates?
Yeah, and how does that blurring line affect us? Our
Yeah.
ability to connect, to feel empathy, both online and off.
What does it truly mean when a story, wherever it came from, whether it's pure human memory or, algorithmically assisted, actually helps someone, helps them unlock something deep inside, like finally letting themselves grieve after 8 years? Does the origin ultimately matter as much as the impact?
Wow. Yeah, that's definitely something to think about. A lot to unpack there. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please do subscribe to The Deep Dive wherever you get your podcasts.
And leave us a comment. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this one, the voicemail, the AI debate, all of it.
Definitely. Thanks for tuning in.